Hey, welcome back again. This is the third live stream for the Full Cow Jilda. This time we're going to be doing the background. You can see here I've got the sketch done up of what we're going to be aiming for. This is really just an implied background. We want to spend very little time on it, but achieve maximum results. Okay, so this is what we're going to be aiming for, but I'm going to be going for something a little bit better. So we're going to start out with the grass. That's going to be on its own layer. We've already got this green put down, and we're going to do a new layer of the grass. And since it's all behind the colored cow, it doesn't quite matter how big or small. I'm trying to wonder what that thing is right there. Looks like we have some stray shading going on. But yeah, we're gonna start out with the grass. Where's my history? I'm gonna undo that. Let's put the sensors back on. Okay. Now we're gonna do the grass. I'm gonna do it a little bit bigger. Well, not that big. 511 is about as big as we can get, I think. So I'm gonna change the flow. I'm gonna move the flow down, make it a little less in the opacity bar, and still wondering what those things are. Where's that coming from? It's gonna bother me. There it is. Okay, so it's some stray shading down here on the multiply layer. Let's just get rid of that now. And now we're ready to go. So we're gonna come back, start a new layer for the grass. I'm gonna actually enter in 800. No, that's 5. Okay, 811. It's really hard to hit that mark. So now I'm gonna just kind of gesture in some grass. All right, so she kind of looks like she's sitting down on a meadow or something right there. We're gonna do a little bit of a darker grass now for the shadows. We'll go a little more blue. And I guess I'll continue with the 811. But we'll get a little bit smaller for some of those spots. Now we'll go for the small grass. I'm just kind of lightly touching. Now even a little bit smaller. Oops. All right, let's get back up here. Now we'll go for a slightly darker green. The reason I'm trying to do this quick is because I don't really advertise that I'll do backgrounds, but since this is a Sanderson Step Sisters request, I'm obliged to do a little bit more than what I advertise that I'll do. And she is going to be in the swamp. That didn't look that great. So let's flip this around. Let's go this way to get a little bit of a difference. Okay, and that's it for the grass. I'm going to take off the sensor real quick. You see, there it is. All right, that looks good. I can tell this is going to bother me, so I'm going to just go ahead and fill this in white. And now we'll have Perfectly colored. Okay, we can go ahead and take full cow Jilda off. Whoops, not that one. What is this? There we go. All right. So we have the grass. Now we're going to do the background. We're going to do some swampy trees. We're going to do those on their own layer too. And the reason we're going to do that is because I want to do kind of like a spotlight, like rays of moonlight coming down through the trees. And we can always change the hue of the layers by just adding in a hue saturation on top of here, and I'll show you what that looks like. If we wanted to make it more blue, like if it's at night, we're going to desaturate it. And we probably have to put this higher up because she looks like the Green Goblin now. All right, so yeah, we'd want to move that up because it's going to make everything look out of whack if her skin tone and her dress is looking like it's daytime and the rest is night. So we're going to go ahead and keep on moving. We're going to do the trees in the background. So let's get a new layer going. We're going to do it behind the grass. And I'll get a big brush. And I'm just going to do real gestural trees. And probably want to do an off green color. Just so much that we can tell it's not, or maybe blue would be better, more blue. Just so we can tell it's not actually part of the green, but it is something different. We get some big trees here in the foreground. Actually, that didn't look that great right there. Tree limbs usually get thinner as they go out, not thicker. All right, and as the trees are supposed to be getting further back, we're going to do them lighter, but right now we're doing like foreground trees. And at this point we can always use the selection tool and kind of change the colors of the trees a little bit. Like we want this one to be further back, we can make it a little more blue. We can make this one a little less blue. Just kind of ways to have fun with colors in your background. All right, so a little less blue. All right, so we're going to continue doing blue trees. We're going to get a little bit further into the background now. Going to vary the width of the brush, or else it's going to look really weird and bad. We're going for like a harmony, I guess. Something that doesn't look too contrived. We want our trees to be happy and natural, au naturel. All right, so now we're going to kind of just create like veiny, breaking up the background. Continue to vary the size of the brush. Again, we're trying to do this real quick, so don't spend too long on one spot. That is the challenge. We're going to do a little bit more blue now. All right, I got to zoom in here. I guess I'm not completely centered, but I can't really move around that much. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to go back down to the base, and we're just kind of coloring up some because, you know, in a forest, there's a lot of things towards the base, like little foliage, little tiny trees. Okay, now we have a pretty good atmospheric piece. Not too much detail, not taking away from the foreground. We're going to add a little spotlight. How about kind of like a bluish spotlight, maybe turquoise? I like the color turquoise, so we're going to go with a gradient. All right, so we can do this. We're not going to keep it at a normal, but actually it might be cool to go under if you want to go darker. Let's do multiply layer. So this is the light that's going to be kind of filtering through the swamp, the canopy. Well, actually, this is this is like the general. I'm not the best at describing these things. All right, so now we're going to do the light that kind of comes down from the sky. We got a new layer. I've got a brush that's kind of like the spotlight brush. We're going to do, you know, color moonlight. And now we'll do a circle gradient. We're going to do this for as a, not a color burn. We'll try overlay. And that way our trees are going to be showing up in the background. And I'm not really liking how this multiply looks back there, so let's try some different stuff. All right, now it looks like daytime. And if we want to change that, we can always come up here, continue to play around with it. We want it to be darker, we'll go towards a bluish violet. And let's see here. Let's use a brush this time and give it kind of a smoky, cloudy kind of atmosphere. We're even going over the grass to make the grass kind of blend in to the edges just a little bit. Okay. And we can change this to maybe, let's see, a soft light or a hard light is going to make it pretty intense, very colorful. Kind of like pin light. Let's see what it looks like without it. Oh, There's hardly any difference. Okay, so difference is going to make it darker. If we do another layer, see how extreme it looks. And this kind of looks, like spooky, so we're going to go with that. We're going to go with a little bit more of a swampy green. And this is going to be our multiply layer. Now that we've got all our textures worked in. All right, let's see if bringing that up here does anything different. Kind of gives it a highlight. Okay. And that's about all we're going to do on this background. For a second, I don't like how these the bottom of this came out. So I'm going to turn that off real quick. Turn all of these off. We're going to come back here and just kind of rough this up a little bit. Let's use a 1000 brush. Maybe want to use 150. All right, now let's turn all these back on, and we've got a forest floor. And I'm going to come in with a real bright brush here. Let's see if we can do some rays of light coming down. So she's kind of in the mist of the jungle. Not jungle, swamp. Okay. And I'm happy with how that turned out. So it's very sketchy, very artsy, painterly, and looks good. All right, so this has been a little tutorial on doing a background that's very sketched, very quick, and just implied. If we were going to spend a lot of time on it, we'd probably clean up the trees a little bit more. We'd probably give a gradient to this green background. It's something so simple. Why don't we try it right now? So what I'm talking about with the gradient is that it's all green, and it could even go like this, and it's pretty extreme. But if you use a more similar color, we want to kind of light it up just a little bit, but not too much. So actually we might just do this again, but I'll do less opacity. And instead of using the massive gradient, I'll use the circle gradient. All right, now we have a sky. And I can even come in and use just a random leaf brush and blot that sky in a little bit. So we would use a darker brush. We need to get to that original color, so I'm going to pull this up here. There, that's the original color. And so we're going to use this to create a canopy texture, make it look like there's leaves up there. All right, now she's in the forest. All right, this has been the tutorial for coloring a background. Thanks for stopping by. This is another reward winner from Patreon's sketch request contest. If you'd like to visit my Patreon, I'm OkayOk over on Patreon, and you can get into the contest. It's not running the month of June, but July it's going to start back up, and I'm going to continue releasing sketches from the previous contest leading up to July. So by the time July hits, we should be ready to go and having fun with all the sketch requests that come in. All the sketch requests get put into a category and get voted on. The winners from those categories get turned into finished drawings like the one you're seeing right here. This is okay. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more and don't want to miss out on any news. Also visit my DeviantArt channel, okay, and chat with me over there. I'll see you next time. This is okay, signing off.